Right, welcome back to another video. Hopefully my audio is now good to go. I think I had a chance to play around with my microphone settings, so we should be good to go from now on. And again, thank you for bearing with me in the previous videos where my audio was so in and out and choppy and shit like that, but I just didn't know what was going on with my mic. I tried to play around with the mic, I tried to play around with the recording software, but it was just giving me shit. So now I think finally we're in a good place, so my audio should be a lot smoother. Let me know in the comments down below. If you guys prefer this kind of audio, then I'll keep these settings going forward. But yeah, today we're just here to cover Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. That finally went through this week, so now Microsoft officially owns Activision Blizzard, and I think it's the biggest acquisition in gaming history. And again, suddenly it's a new day in the industry. I think when this deal was first revealed at the beginning of 2022, people thought it would have taken a short while to go through, but as we knew, there was a couple of ups and downs, especially with the UK's Competitive Markets Authority, the CMA. They finally agreed to approve the deal based on the changes that Microsoft made in its agreement. Notably, one of the changes was to give Ubisoft ownership of cloud streaming rights for the ABK games. But this is good for Microsoft. I think it gives them a whole lot of good IP under their ownership. Like I've mentioned before, I think competition is good. My only worry would be that they don't shelve a lot of these IP because what they've been doing with a lot of their studios is they end up just doing a couple of remakes here and there and then throwing everything in Game Pass and not really reviving a lot of the great IP, because they now have a lot of IP under their roster, namely Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Overwatch, Candy Crush, the Tony Hawk games, Crash Bandicoot, Diablo, so many more. I could actually go through the list to even continue. Spyro is another one that Activision owns, Guitar Hero, Space Quest, King's Quest, Tenchu, StarCraft is another one that I always forget, Hearthstone, True Crime, that's another one, that's actually a good one, Prototype, another good throwback. But yeah, just endlessly, the list goes on. And again, what this means for PlayStation is that the landscape of the industry is going to constantly continue changing, and PlayStation will also need to make some changes and, you know, be even more aggressive to keep up. And I think even though the acquisition has gone through right now, what comes now, like I've said, is the real work for Microsoft is now with regards to integrating everything under the Xbox wing. So reviving old IP and just letting these studios do their thing rather than sort of just trying to throw everything into Game Pass and just leaving it as is. Because again, Activision Blizzard as well has been under scrutiny for its toxic work environment and work culture, and employees again constantly staging walkouts, forming unions, trying to evoke change. And thankfully we saw some good change because the acting CEO, I think his name was Bobby Kotick, he's finally set to step down at the end of 2023. So again, he's been in and out of so many cases and kind of thing, so it's finally good to see his ass get kicked out the door. So again, how Microsoft handles the integration period will be a key part of how well the acquisition actually goes through. Because for me, like I said, what they actually do with this IP is what matters more than them owning the IP. And that's hopefully, like I said, even though, apologies for my yawning, even though I'm pessimistic with some of the IP that they're getting, I don't think they'll maximize it, but I do hope that they're going to create new worlds, create new stories, bring back our favorite games to life, and just let players enjoy them and engage with them, and not to just constantly shelve them, because that's the one criticism I have of Microsoft. Because as you know, I've mentioned this before, I prefer buying physical games. I am in support of physical media being kept alive, because subscription models, we don't really get to own our games. So having your games at the mercy of the servers and all sorts of things is not really something I'm in favor of, but I can understand the convenience. So I don't begrudge anyone who chooses that, but I always feel like there has to be a balance so that we have both digital and physical media, so that your hands aren't tied to the digital media necessarily. But yeah, the acquisition went through. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think they're going to revive any of these great franchises, or do you think they're just going to end up in Game Pass? What do you think is going to happen to Call of Duty? I think that's going to be the interesting one, because Call of Duty, they still have a 10-year licensing, I think, to keep it on all platforms or something like that. But it could be one of those cases where Xbox might want to make it exclusive, but I think financially it would be better to keep it across the platforms, because it's one of those games that, like a FIFA, like a Madden or whatever, NBA 2K, it's just one of those games where it's played across the platform. So financially it's good to keep it across the platforms, but they could be incentivized to make it go to one platform, and that maybe could push consoles. That goes back to my discussion about exclusives and stuff like that, because Xbox hasn't really done well to push exclusives that are gonna sell consoles. I think this year the big release was Starfield, so maybe moving COD would push some of these COD players, because a lot of like COD and FIFA players just go where their friends are, so who knows. But yeah, apologies for the ramble. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully my audio is back to being at its peak best and not like chopping in and out like it's been doing. So as always, stay safe, stay healthy, stay dangerous, stay blessed, and peace out, my good people.
Shit! Get away from me! Go fuck yourself! Get the fuck off me!
What are you gawking at? Almost choked to death there. Give me a hand.
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
You should be more careful. This place is a damn madhouse.
Yeah, I noticed. Thanks for the help,
No
ma'am.
sweat, Sonny. What are you doing here, anyway?
Oh, just passing through. Who are you?
Me? Xena. Granny Xena. That's all you need to know.